Yo! We're back! With our Exploring the Pacific Northwest series with Bare Hands Moran.
The Pacific Northwest was amazing. So many creatures out there.
If you haven't caught the playlist yet, we have 3 other of these videos on the channel already, but it was one of my favorite little explorations we've done together.
I like the little bee salamanders. They were super cute.
Yeah, and we have some of those up on our channel too, so make sure you check out the playlist. I'll put it down in the description.
You guys are really going to enjoy this episode. We got special permissions to show you some behind the scenes things that are really, really cool. And I caught a, I don't want to tell you that because it's a surprise.
Let's just put it this way, there's millions of salmon in front of us.
Millions, and not just 1 million, not just 2 million, not just 3 million, millions.
Really appreciate you guys watching and subscribing and supporting the channel, and enjoy this episode.
You're gonna love it.
Well, if there's one thing we've learned about this trip, it's the 2022 Ford Bronco. This is the vehicle to get for all of your crazy adventures.
We tested this baby off. We dropped it off over what I thought was a road, but it was just a drop off and a berm to stop people from going down that road.
Yeah, it hit the ceiling.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, the only way to get out of this is to go really, really fast and just go up it like this and sideways. It was fun.
Yeah, fun. We're an hour and 47 minutes away from the Olympic Peninsula and our destination. And Michael has to stop at a Pokestop in the middle of nowhere.
Because it's a Pokestop, it's a gym in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to take this gym over. And, you know, these Pokemon have probably been in this gym for weeks. Because nobody comes through here. But I'm going to take it over. And I'm going to put my own Pokemon in here.
So they got vampires and wolves here, right?
That's what they say. Sparkly vampires.
Well, that's deep.
It's muddy. It's a muddy creek. Looks like somebody dragging a boat out of here.
Looks like somebody dragged a body out here. Whoa! They made a pool.
Yeah, it's a swimming pool.
So cool, it's like right off the road. Obviously, rocks were moved, but they made a nice little pool. I'm pinning this location on my Google Maps.
Yeah? You can pull a camper right in there?
You can bet I'm coming back, soaking in this pool one day.
Yeah.
On a hot summer day up here.
That'll be fun. I think we're about 30, 45 minutes from you guys now, like within an hour or so.
I'll be here.
All right, Jeremy. My name's Michael. We're with Wildlife Command Center.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
Okay, thanks.
Got our first thing to go do.
Hatchery?
Salmon hatchery.
Oh, cool.
And there's a river that leads to the salmon hatchery that you can fish in and catch fish.
Oh, wow. Maybe Michael will get a salmon. You never know.
If we do, we're going to turn it loose. I'm going to use a barbless hook so we don't damage it, and we're going to turn it loose. But it'd be cool to kind of catch it.
This is a weird looking hatchery.
Huh?
This is the hatchery?
This is the salmon hatchery. This is a state-run salmon hatchery.
Oh, that's a toilet.
Yeah, that's the toilet right there.
I mean, I'm assuming that this looks like a place to walk over to.
Are you Jeremy? This is Cole. He's my videographer. My name's Michael. Yeah, we're pretty excited. And then we met some locals that stopped over there, and they said, "Hey, walk down the river with you. We'll catch a fish."
Yeah, you go right to the left of that house, and that's where a lot of the access is through there for the river.
Oh, we might go do that.
Yeah. So
tell us what you got.
This is Humptulips Salmon Hatchery. We're operated by the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife.
Oh, cool.
Funded by the taxpayers of Washington.
Nice.
So we raise fall Chinook. Our release is 500,000 falls. We release 100,000 lake coho and 900,000 normal time coho. 10,000 rainbows to Duck Lake, Failure Lake, raised 30,000 summer on steelhead and 125,000 winter on steelhead.
Wow.
So yeah. Right now we're getting ready to fire whenever the fall rains come. Enough rain, we're talking inches of rain to get the river up, get the salmon moving. We'll fire up the trap out there, and then they'll come up the ladder, and we'll work that trap. You know, a day to 3 days a week, depending on how many we're getting. Typically spawn on Mondays. And we'll start spawning the fall Chinook and then into the coho and steelhead. So the eggs will spawn out. Here's our trap and our spawn shed. The eggs come in the incubation room, stay in there, water temperature dependent until roughly February, March, and then they'll come out into these raceways where we pond them, and they're fed, get up to size, and then we mark them. We hire a clipping crew every year, April, May, June.
What does a mark look like?
So they're gonna cut the adipose fin on all of our salmon and steelhead, not the rainbows. So they take that fin off so we can have recreational fisheries, you know. And season would a fisherman catches a salmon with or a steelhead with a adipose fin intact, we let that fish go, so that fish can go and spawn. And,
I see.
And we have an abundance usually of hatchery fish. So usually if you catch a marked fish, a tag or a clip fish, you can usually retain that. But check your regulations, of course, every year.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you guys want to see here. You know,
I would love to go see the trap. Can we go look at that? Because my understanding is that the salmon will swim up that, and then you have people that stand in there and they'll just net them, put them in the slots. They'll milk them and then they release them.
No, our salmon die. Pacific salmon die. After they spawn, so we just club them. So these are the rainbow trout that will be going to Duck and Failure Lake. They are scheduled for release
Cole likes this. Look at that. Now, if you can only get them to bait your line like that.
Michael, I'm leaving. I found my dream job.
Feeding rainbow trout. Look at those pretty colors coming across. So my company installs this netting.
Oh, really?
For this particular reason. We install this netting to keep predatory birds and animals out. You know, and we also installed this electric fence to keep raccoons out.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Huh. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good gig.
That's pretty
so
nice.
You said this is a hot fence?
Yeah,
this right here. No, this down here. So what it is, it's nylon string.
Well, I'm glad I walked over that.
Nylon. It's nylon. Oh, it's not that hot. He said it's not on, but it's nylon string with a metal winding around it. So you just pull it tight, and when the raccoon or whatever touches the ground and the fence at the same time, it shocks them.
Yeah, it burned through a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Wow, look.
This is a rearing pond.
These are already marked?
Yeah, so they went from
Holy
here to
cow.
here. Yeah, so that's
How do they mark them that small?
So when they marked them, they were even smaller than this.
Wow.
They were, 150, 200 fish per pound.
Yeah.
They anesthetize them inside of a trailer and use scissors.
Wow, talk about tedious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So these are all salmon?
Yeah, those are all.
He said there's 1 million coho salmon in this retention pond. That's amazing.
You can kind of see the black. And
oh look, they're feeding themselves.
1 million of them. It's insane.
So I'm going to explain this, Cole, and he's going to keep me straight. All right?
Give me a second.
And if I'm wrong, he'll jump in and interact with me. So this is a spawning trap, all right? And just like it sounds, whenever the water in the creek gets high enough, the water will come in through here, and they'll turn their own.
This will run from October through February. Water's always running, always trapping down through the ladder.
And so the fish that were hatched here naturally want to come back to this spot, so they'll come up to it, and you'll have 3 or 4 guys sitting in waders out there, and they'll scoop the fish up, the adult fish that are ready to breed. They'll put them in trays, and then they'll milk them, either for the sperm or for the eggs. And since the fish are going to die, the milked fish come on this side over here, and they disperse them however they need to go. But fish just constantly come up. What about the people that are actually doing the work for you? Are they staff? Are they volunteers? Or?
Yeah, mostly staff. We get a few volunteers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll sort through them, find the right fish, and take whatever our goal is for that week. You know, if we're going to shoot for 500,000 eggs or 250,000.
Yeah.
And
so do they milk the eggs into one container and the sperm into another?
Yes.
Or is it mixed on site?
Yeah, right here we'll sort through the fish, make sure they're ripe. If they're ripe, then we remove the eggs and the milk and mix it, and then we take them into the incubation room.
Gotcha. This is all pretty amazing. I would love to time it to come back here and let me volunteer and do it for a couple hours.
Well,
that would be amazing.
I'm sure everyone would love to see you milk a salmon.
Yeah.
Is this little rapid area trying to emulate a natural situation for them, or is that just really oxygenating the water?
Yeah, it's just giving them flow, giving them oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's a lot of pounds of fish in there, and they die if they don't have flow. They're not, you know, they're river fish. So
how long does it take, you know, a salmon this big to get to a big boy?
It depends on species, but anywhere from, you know, a year and a half to 3-4 years.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay.
They
That's
grow,
quite a lot of time here.
Yeah, they don't stay here the whole time. They don't grow real quick in freshwater, but once they hit the ocean, they grow
Gotcha.
rapidly.
Just walk right behind the hatchery, and it's just beautiful back here.
Yeah, our trip down here, we fished a couple of days with our subscriber Sam, who's the cheap shot fishing, and you know, we were in the Demolish, which was a tidal river, and it was pretty dirty, but now we're in a really clear creek river right behind the fish hatchery at the Humptulips fish hatchery, which is a state-run fish hatchery. There are fish in here too, because I've seen some really big ones coming through here. And this is about 12 foot deep, and I can see down to the bottom of it.
I'll tell you what, if you're not going to catch a fish, I'd rather not catch a fish here.
Yeah, this is picturesque, man. This is beautiful.
So this is what floods out and the salmon head right to the hatchery?
Yeah, so you can see the water line pretty clearly. He said when you get inches of rain, this creek fills up another 3 foot full of water. And he said that salmon trap is what they call a voluntary salmon trap. In other words, there's no guides and there's no paddles that push them into the trap. They go up into the trap voluntarily. If I do catch one, I'm gonna bring it up the creek over here so you can get better GoPro footage. Now I'm fishing right here where these two currents collide, and what happens is the water coming out of this little creek right here collides with the water coming through the river, and it creates a little eddy. So I'm using floating bait, and so my bait is just swirling around underneath there like if there was a sack of eggs just floating.
I spent a lot of time on my mustache today, so it'd be a shame if it didn't make an appearance, you know. We're gonna get some underwater footage here.
Yeah, this is pretty nice. I mean, I could just fish by this water just to hear the water.
Didn't bring the waders, so got to do boots off to get across, and this stream is actually pretty strong. So let's hope nothing bad happens. Whoa. Oh, I'm in the deep part. I'm in the deep part. Ah. Ow. Whoa! Wow, that happened so quickly. I look down and I go, ooh, snake, and he goes, there's another one. You didn't have your GoPro rolling there, did you?
No, my GoPro just shut down because of the battery.
A little garter?
Yeah. It's a beautiful snake.
So someone was telling me, I guess garter snakes are poisonous, they're not venomous. Is that true?
So yeah, garter snakes that are regularly eating toads, they store the toxin in their liver. And so if you eat it, it will actually poison you. So yeah, they are poisonous. Oh, look at his tongue. He's flicking his tongue.
Where you can actually eat a rattlesnake because they're not poisonous, they're venomous.
Right.
As long as you, I guess, don't eat their venom glands.
That's correct.
Can't be quick enough for bare hands, you know? All of a sudden you're just walking down a path and boom, snake! Well, sweet, I was worried we weren't gonna find a snake out here. Is that yellow banding really for camouflage?
Yep.
Wow, such a slithery snake. You can't just go into any closed area, Michael.
I got permission to go in here.
There's rules.
I'm like a vampire. Once I've been invited in, I'm able to go in whenever I want.
Right. That is the funny thing about...
Vampires?
No.
Me? Trespassing?
When we're out just doing random stuff, even at the grocery store, he'll be like, ooh, owl. And it's just an advertisement. Go fishing. Ooh, snake. Ooh, salamander.
Ooh, hey, whoa, here, right here. Let's catch it.